there are consequences. The consequences is mostly for the neighboring countries.
Sherwan Fashandi, a board member of Iranians Americans for Liberty and an expert in finance, in an interview with Israeli TV channel ILTV News, said, "As the Islamic Republic's military capability to directly target Israel is weakening, it is increasingly relying on asymmetric warfare by targeting neighboring Arab countries, especially their oil and gas infrastructure, hoping to trigger a shock in global oil prices. The regime is desperate and is creating chaos in the energy and financial markets as a last resort for survival. A broader strategy to defeat the Islamic Republic regime," Mr. Fashandi argues, should focus not on Iran's civilian and energy infrastructure, but on eliminating the regime's key decision makers and also dismantling the regime's oppression machine that has crushed dissent and repeatedly massacred the people of Iran. The people of Iran are the West's allies in the battle against the Islamic regime that has taken them hostage for decades. Assisting the people of Iran to get rid of the regime can bring back peace and stability to the Middle East and the world economy. According to Mizan news agency affiliated with the Islamic Republic's judiciary, a citizen named Kourosh Keyvani was executed on the morning of Wednesday, March 18th. It was reported that his death sentence had been issued on charges of spying for Israel. The report claims he had been providing images and information about sensitive locations to Mossad officers. It also states that the sentence was carried out after completing judicial procedures and being upheld by the Supreme Court, although his name had not previously been made public in the media. According to the same report, Mr. Keyvani was arrested in Savoj Bolag on the fourth day after the start of the war between the United States and Israel and the Islamic Republic. Mizan news agency affiliated with the Islamic Republic's judiciary reported Thursday, March 19th, that Saleh Mohammadi has been executed. The outlet claims he was involved in the killing of 2 police officers on January 8th. Saleh Mohammadi, born on March 11, 2007, was a freestyle wrestler and a member of Iran's national team. In August 2024, he won a bronze medal at the Saitev International Tournament in Krasnoyarsk, Russia. Mehdi Qasemi and Saeed Davoudi, 2 individuals detained during the January national uprising, have been executed by the Islamic Republic. They had been sentenced to death on charges of participation in the killing of 2 police officers during the uprising on January 8th in Qom, as well as operational actions in favor of Israel and the United States. According to the shared report, the 2 allegedly carried out knife attacks at 2 locations in the city of Qom and were convicted in court on charges of waging war against God, known as Muharebeh. The judiciary also cited accusations such as inciting violence and acting against national security as part of their case. However, no transparent details have been released regarding the trial process, access to independent legal counsel, or the overall handling of their case. In its latest update, NetBlocks reported that the internet shutdown in Iran has entered its 20th day, with public access to the global internet cut off for more than 456 hours. According to the organization, this now marks the longest recorded internet blackout in Iran's history, surpassing even the restrictions imposed during the January national uprising. Patriotic women and men in Tehran marked the Fire Festival by lighting bonfires, joining hands, and singing the national anthem, Ey Iran, Tuesday, March 17th. On the evening of Tuesday, March 17th, people in Gohardasht of Karaj and Golshahr of Karaj marked the fire festival by lighting bonfires, dancing and chanting Javid Shah, which means long live the Shah, and Payande Iran, which means long live Iran. Publication of new names of victims of the crackdown on the Iranian national uprising, based on received information more than 2 months after the bloody suppression of the January 8th and 9th protests during the Iranian national uprising. New names and accounts of those killed during those days continue to emerge. Reports indicate that repeated internet shutdowns, threats against families by security institutions, and pressure to remain silent have delayed the publication of many of these accounts. Local sources say that despite weeks having passed since these events, many families have remained silent about the deaths of their loved ones out of fear of security pressures, and it is likely that more names of victims of Iranian national uprising will emerge in the coming months. Hossein Afrasiab, a protester rapper, was arrested by plainclothes agents at the entrance of Shahin Shahr in Isfahan province. According to published reports, he was beaten during the arrest and was then transferred to the detention facility of the IRGC intelligence organization in Dastgerd prison in Isfahan. As of the time of this report, no further information has been released about his condition or possible charges against him. Based on received reports, Reza Dalman, a 24-year-old student at Sharif University of Technology, was arrested on the night of Nowruz 2026. Reports say the charge against him is hanging a mouse doll from a tree, and it is claimed that the student Basij militia reported his name to security authorities. While under principles of criminal law, no act is considered a crime unless it is explicitly defined as such by law. Reports emphasize that this action is not recognized as an independent offense under Iranian law. As of now, no further information has been released about his condition or where he is being held. Based on received reports, 25-year-old Maziar Aryanfar went missing on Friday, January 9, 2026 in the Cheragh area of Tehran during Iran's national uprising. Reports say he was last seen injured, and more than 40 days later, his name has not appeared on any lists of detainees or in any medical centers. The continued lack of information about his whereabouts has raised growing concerns about his fate. Based on received reports, in recent days, Amir Kiani, a cyber activist in Tehran, and Davoud Ganji, a programmer and gamer in Neyshabur, have been arrested by government forces. Reports indicate that on Sunday, March 15, 2026, agents raided Amir Kiani's home in Tehran, arrested him, and transferred him to an undisclosed location. There is still no information about his condition or which authority is holding him. Davoud Ganji, who is active in programming and video games, was also arrested at his residence in Neyshabur on March 14th. As of now, no further details about the situation of these two individuals have been released. A video shared from the Cheetgar neighborhood in Tehran appears to show Islamic Republic forces opening fire on civilians. Tuesday, March 17th.